Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me. My name is Mita Pril Santi Lase, Class A, Semester V. Today, I will present for you my research proposal. But before of that, uh, we should praise and gratitude for our God blessing and our God grace, because He give us bless until I can finish my research proposal right now. And the Honorable is Sir Elwin as a reviewer for my research proposal. Now, I will tell you my title for today is Improving Student Skills of Writing Hortatory Exposition Text through Portfolio Assessment for the 11th grade students of SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Stoli. And my research proposal here consists of 3 chapters. First is chapter 1, that is about introduction. Second, chapter 2, that is a literary review. And the third or the last chapter is research method. Okay, I will tell you right now the first chapter, that is about introduction. Introduction, I will begin from background of the problem here. Okay, background of the problem or background of the research, I put here about my topic. The first is language. What is language? Language is a structured communication system consisting of grammar and vocabulary. And language, as we know, is how we can communication for the other person in this some situation here. So I think this is the important when we teach our students about writing related to my topic or my title. And the next is what the relationship between language and human and language is uh, have a relationship here. There is someone or person use language to communicate or to express something to the other person. And the next here, especially, uh, as we know in English course, we there is some of skills is first is writing, reading, listening, and etc. But the time this time I will tell you about writing. Why? Because the my topic relate to the writing. Okay, writing. What definition of writing? Writing may be defined as a conventional system of marks or sign that represent the utterance of a language. Writing renders language wise, where speech is temporal. Writing is concrete and by the comparison, permanent. Okay, and also what the relationship of writing here to my research proposal, as I told you on my title, that writing and hortatory exposition text is a complex relationship, because when students have skills to write something, so automatically the students is fluent also to write a hortatory exposition text. But what the problem here? The problem is students cannot find their idea to express their idea to compose to create a hortatory exposition text. As we know here, hortatory exposition text is the type of text that present arguments or reason to support an opinion of the writers or of the writers. So here, a writers as a students must or should have a lot of knowledge, have a lot of ideas to write their opinion in the paper or orally maybe. And also, as we know, also in the syllabus of 11th grade of senior high school, especially kelas 12 SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Stoli, the hortatory exposition is one of the title that we learn when we are is 11th grade. So I found a lot of things that make students difficult to find their ideas. So I give so that is my reason why I chose this topic for today. Okay, next we will talking about the identification of the research. What is the identification of the research here based on the background of the research that I told you before. The identification of the problem is of the research is the students are difficult to find idea what they want to write, and the next the students do not interest to write, and the students do not know to organize the sentence or paragraph, and the next the limitation of the problem based on the based on the identification of the research or identification of the problem that I told you before. The research limits the problem, namely improving the students' writing skills in hortatory exposition text through portfolio assessment in 11th grade at SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Stoli. And the next, the formulation of the problem. Based on the limitation of the problem that I told you, so the formulation of the problem is significance of portfolio assessment strategy to increasing the students' writing skill at SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Stoli. And the next part, E, the objective of the research. Based on the formulation of the problem above, the researcher determines the objective of the research, namely to find out how to increasing the ability of students in writing skill by portfolio assessment strategy at 11th grade at SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Stoli. And the last is the significance of the research. So, here I put the significance of the research. The first is the general significance of the research. First, to give contribution to universities of NIAS as a basic further the research. And the next, as a contribution to other researcher or candidate of the English teacher. And the second, the specific significance of the research. The specific significance of the research consists of to enhance the knowledge for the research and also to enhance the knowledge of the reader. So that's all about chapter 1. Let's we continue to the chapter 2. Okay, the literature review here consists of three parts. Part A, theoretical framework. Part B, the implementation of portfolio assessment in teaching of writing. And the last part is conceptual framework. I will talk you one by one. The first is the the theoretical framework. What is the theoretical framework here? Consists of definition of writing. What is definition of writing? As I told you before, writing is an activity to create or to express the information that in our mind, to express to the paper or maybe electronic can write or type something. And the next, I get some definition. I get some definition from the expert here about writing. According to Russ in Februansha, due to the complexity of writing aspects such as a content, organization, purpose, vocabularies, or punctuation, writing is hard skill in learning English. Okay, that is a big point. Writing is a hard skills in English language. And the next. And the next is elements of writing process, the sizing of writing. And the second, the portfolio assessment. What is portfolio here? Portfolio comes from two words, namely port and port or report, which means report, and folio, which means complete or completely. So the portfolio means a complete report on all the activity a person that does. And also the expert here, Erman, in Nahadi and Kartono. In general, a portfolio is a collection documents of a person, group, institution, organization, company, or the like which aims to document progress of a process in achieving the state goals. So, And the next, how we can implement it of portfolio assessment in teaching of writing. So we should now before the characteristic of portfolio assessment. First, a self-introduction. This provides an introduction and observers as well as a rational label from the author on the exhibits presented in the portfolio. And the next, samples of both spoken and written language for completeness. And the third, evidence of growth and development. The exhibits presents the portfolio should provide clear evidence of growth and development on the part of the students. And the fourth, evidence of reflective learning in many ways. This is the most important part of many experts give support relate to the advantage of portfolio assessment. And part C here it is about conceptual framework. So what the conceptual framework based my my research for today is in the teaching and learning English, many opinion emerge asserting the writing is considered to be difficult than the other skills. So as we know and as we research to the field when we are internship students, the more hard skill and the more difficult skill that students cannot master is writing. Why? Writing is really difficult for they because they can organize. They can compose the word by word, so they can create one paragraph. So there is the problem here. So let's we continue to the research hypothesis. Based on the theoretical framework and conceptual framework, the hypothesis of this research can be formulated as follows. The implementation of portfolio assessment to improve students' writing skill in hortatory exposition text at 11th grade of SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli. And the last, let's we continue to the last chapter. Chapter 3 is about research method. Okay, research method here consists of some part. The first is types of the research. Let's be talking one by one. Type of the research. In line with the goal of this research to improve the writing skills of the students. Okay, type of the research is to improve the writing skills of the students by portfolio assessment. And the next, setting of the research. The setting of the research consists of two. The first is place of the research. The place of the research is conduct at the SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli, the school located di Bawade Solo Kota Gunung Sitoli. And the next, the research was conducted within the second semester of 2021 and 2023. And the class that I conduct this research is 11th grade of MIPA 3 of SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli. And the subject of the research, as we know, is students of 11th grade MIPA 3 of SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli. And the next, object of the research. Object of the research here, this research focused on the writing skills for the 11th grade students of class 11 MIPA 3 of SMA Negeri 2 Gunung Sitoli in the academic year 2022 and 2023. And the next is data and instrument of the research. The first is observation sheets. I distribute the observation sheet for the students. And the next, interview guidelines. And the third, students writing task. And the fourth, data collection technique. Data collection techniques here consist of observation, interviews, evaluating students in tasks. And the next is data analysis technique. Next, validity and reliability of the data. Validity and reliability here consists of two. There is a democratic validity and outcome validity. And the last is procedure of the research. Procedure of the research here consists of two. The first is planning. The second is action and observation. And the last is reflection. And the last part here that I put is part G, scoring scheme of writing. So here I give the aspect of writing, level, score, and criteria of the students. So I can make a group where the students include based on the skill or competent of the students. So that's all my research proposal presentation. Thank you for your attention and good morning.
Bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new guap.